4 levels of product you must create as a code if you want to make money, more money, especially as far as whatever you're doing is. When I found out this code, it really helped me. I call it product code. When I found it out, it really helped me because I discovered that many a time people are trying to sell their first core product. And as a result of that, they are selling it in lesser money because they are so in a hurry to just sell that product. So the first code of product that you need to develop for your business is what I call freemium. So every organization, every business must have something free, a gift. Now, it doesn't have to be something very, outrageous. It could be a report, all right? It could be a 2-chapter of your book that you have written. It doesn't have to be the entire book, all right? It could be 3 chapters of a book that you have written. That's why if you go to a page called goodreads.com, you'll find out that in that place, often a time, they have short review and short parts of a particular book that they are trying to make you buy. Amazon also have it most of the time. Now, what they are trying to do is that they are just fulfilling an age-long ancient wisdom that will never go out of the market. Taste and see that the Lord is good. When it's a seeing is in tasting. So when people could taste something in a way, and you will find out that they want more of that thing, And that's why if you want to sell more perfume, go to big malls. They will say you should come and put a little bit of it on your body, all right? Sometimes they even give you a very small one, okay? And you feel it like, oh, this thing makes sense. How much is this one? This one is free. This one is something. And then you go there, they want to sell you a juice. They will have 1 pack of the juice, and they will have a cup, a very small cup, and say, guy, you can take it. It's so, wow, this thing, how much? Now, the next thing that comes to mind is that you are asking, how much is that going to be? So this is it. Your service can be productized, and it can be divided into different ways. Now, it makes you to become magnetic, because a business become magnetic when customer is chasing you. No, you are not the one chasing the customer. That's when a business become magnetic, because you have a lesser defense mechanism when it is the buyer that comes. Now, the second one is what I call freemium, all right? So it's a fee, but it's freemium. What does that mean? It means it's a product to a prospect. It's a product to a prospect. Now, we live in a society where people go after a prospect for the prospect to come and buy a product. But most people don't go after a prospect with a product. That means, what product does your prospect need to buy from you that is not the real product that you are selling? Real value is an ecosystem. It's not standing alone. Real value of a business is an ecosystem, does not stand alone. So most people try to think that, and that's why it seems as if the business is struggling most time. Because what they are trying to create is just a standalone product. Like, this is what we are selling. No. What keeps people in the funnel? What is the value ladder, all right, that keeps people? So what's your freemium? What's the product to prospect that you have? That means, what does that mean by that? For instance, your book can be the product to your prospect. There is a product to a prospect. You must develop a product, no matter the product that you have. And let me tell you, one of the trap of business is this. To think your business is different is one of the trap that can make your business go down. Every business is alike. It is a similar physical product that looks different. The fundamentals of business are the same. So when you think, no, we are into, our business is, we can't use this kind of model. No, you can use any model. The only thing is that you learn, and you now use creativity to adapt it to your own situation. So what is the product to a prospect that you have? What makes them come and think, oh, what money can a prospect spend with you that can say, I can afford to lose this, even though if it does not work? You must begin to think in that regard. You know why? Because an ecosystem. Your business must be an ecosystem. That means, you have a plan to sell a product of 20 million, all right? But you can get a guy into your system with a product that you have nothing to lose of 300,000. And you feel that with 300,000, it's okay, right? Even though this thing does not work, I do not need to do this. But you know that it will work. But there are many people that will not just give you that 20 million, but they will give you 100 million. 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 1 on the immediate. And like now, most time that is where people say business is slow, because the only product that they have is that product, and they say, where are these people? No, where is your ecosystem? What ecosystem model have you developed to keep people coming into that point? If you don't have that, you will not be able to go far, because there are different levels. There is always a market where you can win. There is always a market where you can dominate. It is your responsibility to find it and dominate it. A seminar can be a product to a prospect. Remember, a product to a prospect means that the prospect will pay you, but it will just pay you a little money that it don't have the low. It has a low threshold. It doesn't. It's not something that you feel like, oh, I can pay this one now. Doesn't matter. Let's go there, and the person gets hooked to the main thing. So, what product to prospect have you developed for your business? Now, what that means to you is that you now begin to look at your business as a magnetic force from a freemium. That means at every point, people are having a taste of us at different moments. Your experience cannot only be when the person has paid for your product the entirety of the thing. That means you can be limited. Why do you think companies that sell big cars say you should come for a test ride? Test drive. Come and drive it. They're trying to let you know that there is a freemium. That's a freemium version of their own business. Come and taste and see how this thing goes. That's why you see the restaurant that say people should not come and hang around sometimes, don't sell. Because what I mean is that, they are already working. What are you doing there? What are you buying? They don't sell because they don't understand product ecosystem. They think if you only come, just buy. No, people often buy when they sit, because they are looking at, I'm tasty, let me pick something. Do you understand? So if you because generosity make you scale. Generosity make you scale. So if you don't put generosity structure into your product model, guess what happened? It's going to be difficult. Now the third one is premium. That means your core clients, your core product, your core clients. That means there is a product. But remember, it started from a journey. You have to get to that point where you are looking at it that this is my core product. Now, most times, that's where the challenge is. People only have the products for the core clients. And you look at it and say, and the only limitation we have is a limitation of our creativity and our imagination. Anything can, you are the one that knows how to, okay, this is my business. This is how this thing works. Okay, this is what we're trying to work on. How can we get people in? How can we, a restaurant want to launch. Now, you want to launch a restaurant. You think by launching a restaurant, you have to get people to just come and eat the food and pay you. You may miss out, because the first thing you need to do is you need to put a freemium into that process and say, oh, this day we're going to launch this restaurant. So when you are launching the restaurant, you are also saying that the day that people come, you are giving them a voucher that the next time they are coming to eat, you give them a voucher with a friend, okay, because you need them back, all right? Now, if that restaurant is open and your first vision is customer acquisition, that the next 30 days, this restaurant must always be full. People must always park cars outside. Most tech companies that are making waves, that is the model they follow. They don't just get you to that, they don't just start billing you like that. They create an ecosystem because they know that the value is in the ecosystem. So the real value is in the ecosystem, not just in the product alone. Your product have to be in an ecosystem where it's there, it's moving. That means the guys, okay, I've gotten this one now. I need to get the next one, because this next one will be able to help us. That is the real place you are going. It's only few persons that will jump the ladder and they will just say they want to come into that. But guess what happens? You have to date them. You have to court them before you marry them. And then when you marry them, you want it to be a marriage of a lifetime. And that's why the fourth one comes in. It's called the optimum. That means that people after sales service. Do you understand? Now, most of the time, people just sell a product, unknown to them that the real fortune of a product after the core customer buys is the customer coming back to buy again and again. So we sell to them, and a lot of people have a database that is just a data that is not really base. It doesn't have a base. Because it's called a database for a purpose. It's a data that has a base. That base is your fortune. That means you you can look at it. How is Amazon making a lot of money? It's through the algorithm. You buy a product, they tell you, based on this thing you are buying, the people that buy this one is buying this one. And then you say, oh, it's true. Maybe I should just even add this one to this one. They have helped you to think about it. Because the real return of investment is to get the customer to return. Do you understand? Yeah. The real return of investment is to get the customer to return. If you are always going out to get new customers all the time, you are not thinking about the cost acquisition for that customer. Because there is a cost for acquiring a customer. When you advertise a product and you spend 1 million to advertise, and somebody buys, one person bought that product. Let's say the product is 20 million or 10 million. And out of that, all the advert for that month is one person that paid 20 million. That means you have spent 1 million naira to acquire 20 million. Now, the truth of the matter is, how many times you have not thought about the cost of producing that product of 20 million? What exactly is your margin? So let's say out of that 20 million naira product, your margin in it is 30%. Okay? So that means you have made 6 million, you have made 5 million because you acquired that client with. So how many times are you still going to make money from that client? Or is it that is the end? So most of the time, sometimes people will say, no, our product is like that. No, what about collaborative products? What are the products that are also similar to what you have sold to the person that you can collaborate with and still sell to your database? So the real return of investment is to get the customers to return. That means the number of times the customer can return to your business will determine how much you can make. That is why you need an ecosystem. An ecosystem helps you to scale because at every time activity is going on. Because what is the essence of a business that has no activity? There must be an activity. That means activity is engaged. People are coming in. People are getting upgraded. People are moving to the next level. For every problem you solve in a business, you have just created a new problem. That's what makes an ecosystem of a business. That means this problem we solve now, what problem does it create? You need to be asking that question. It's a ladder. This problem we just solved now. We have solved a problem of a house for you. What problem does having a house create? Thank you. That means what problem does it create? That means there is a problem I'm creating for solving a problem. That's what makes fortune perpetual. Because the moment you just think you have solved it, remember that problem will still get solved. It doesn't mean that you're not the one that will get paid.